Boy, the days of Judge Wapner, Rusty the Bailiff, and Doug Llewellyn. Now, you know that we have our own Doug Llewellyn, and his name, ladies and gentlemen, is Chris Ruin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're holding court this evening on Let's Talk Oconee SC. We have a studio full of people. By the modern miracles of technology, all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina via satellite, we have Chris Ruin, who is Yerba. That's who you're going by from now on. Yerba, right?
Yes, and Rannie is B-Man. And our co-host doesn't like to know anybody, so her name is Cathy Anonymous.
And we have a special guest sitting back over here at the bottom, back over here behind me. We have the Commander Jim Mann in the studio.
Howdy, Chris.
Hey.
The best attorney in Oconee County. Let me tell you something. If I was needing defending, I would hire Jim Mann. And he's not even an attorney. He actually does better than some attorneys in Oconee County that I know. Well, there you go. Cheap. And you are cheap, by the way.
That's right.
Well, I got to tell you what. He didn't have to brush his teeth when he left like that other one did.
Cha-ching! There you go.
Rannie.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thanksgiving. It's Eve. Turkeys are basting all over Oconee County, and some meth, too, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, here is none other than Rannie Bond, your lead host tonight.
I tell you what, I'm sitting over here in this weird San Francisco chair. My glasses all fogged up.
My glasses on. Don't put my glasses on.
Well, I can't. They don't fit. My head's too big.
Well, you have my hat on, too.
So, what are we going to talk about today? We got Jim Mann here in the studio, Cathy, and Thanksgiving's tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
So many things to talk about.
Well, talk about them, Chris.
Okay.
What's first?
Well, you're the host.
Well, yeah, but you got a mouthful to say there.
Well, but my name is Yerba. Okay, B-Man, I'm taking off.
Yerba's
Here
an
I am.
accident.
Fly high.
Okay, I'm gonna say something first for about 10 seconds.
All right.
When one of those OCC people are stupid enough to touch me as a senior and hurt me, I'm calling on Jim Mann, and then I'm gonna be able to retire on the lake.
You've already retired on the lake.
He means the second time.
Another house.
Don't you have like 5?
Okay, so
You'll be able to do that because I don't charge much.
We're going to be serious tonight. I want to talk about this court case.
I want to talk about dead-end roads.
Okay, let's just talk
I prefer
about
curvy
this
roads.
first. We were there as a press from Let's Talk Oconee. And Rannie doesn't say anything because he's very stoic, so I'm going to say it. I was in front. I saw Rannie working on the camera. The next thing I know, this huge truck pulled up right next to him. I said, well, I know who that is. So I went over there, and Mr. Smith was saying things and mocking Rannie's 20 years in the Navy as a chief, mocking his service to our country. Rannie wasn't going to tell you that. That's what he's like. I then asked him if he had anything else to say, and he said, "Turn our hearing aids, old man." Okay.
That's a compliment.
It wasn't Rannie that said that. That was that other dipshit.
Okay. So I want to get that in tonight, and then I'll contribute many more.
Well, don't forget how he was demonstrating that he had a valve slipping in his diesel there, and his turbo would overspin.
So,
he really needs to get that looked at.
So just to clarify,
what kind of music was he playing?
He was mocking.
I couldn't understand
He was mocking a veteran and mocking a hearing disability. Let's just clear that up. Let's just.
Yes. That's what Harry Smith,
point A and point B. Just want to get that out there.
Running for state representative, and I'm talking in choppy sentences because I don't know if you can hear me completely.
Well, the slower you talk, the better he might understand you.
Okay. So one last thing. So when I go up, I was very polite. I asked him what the problem was. He made those statements. Then he turned his stereo up so loud that I had to turn my hearing aids. I told Rannie, and Rannie was cucumber. I was very nervous. Being a senior citizen, he's such a big guy and tries to intimidate me. So I said, Rannie, let's go in the back. So we took his camera, and he starts revving his engine so loud. It was the most glorious movement in my whole life.
He's the only guy I know that can't roll smoke in a diesel.
Well, hell, I'm not a mechanic, but I even knew it was missing. And go that like that, and I'm like, shit, buddy. Oh, sorry, I put a quarter in my jar here. You need to get a tune-up. There you go.
Oh, he's spending some of that Biden diesel money right there.
You know, so Jim, I didn't go inside the courtroom. I stayed outside. I know Chris went in and he saw your epic performance. What was it like in there defending freedom and democracy against domestic terrorists?
Well, first I'll have to back up and say, when I first walked in the room and noticed a familiar counsel, I thought to myself, really?
Yeah.
An attorney? This is magistrate's court. Yeah, I told my employer I'd be gone maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes top. Yeah, I kind of got jacked up for that, but that's why I just walked in here from work tonight. But, you don't bring an attorney to magistrate's court unless you know you've done something really wrong and you don't know how to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Or you're too much of a coward to try and defend yourself.
We have to think, how much money did they spend to defend themselves for what was probably in the bank account? They probably spent more money on the attorney than what was actually the funds that you were trying to get them to turn over in the first place.
They didn't defend themselves on that. What they did is they created a narrative trying to argue that they were removed against the law, which was total crap.
There's no law involved because it's a club. It's not. The law is not involved in clubs. It's like if you were part of any other club, it's not law. Well, he keeps pushing that narrative too. The words that you use matter because I've noticed that McMahon keeps saying due process, due process, due process. It's not a criminal court of law. Due process does not come into
Cathy,
play.
I've been trying to figure out what's going on with him, but the harder I try, I just can't think like a moron.
Oh my God.
I just can't. I don't know what they're thinking because I can't think that way.
Well,
Josh Owens told me that earlier today. I just want to give him credit, but it works.
All right.
Thinking like a moron?
Yeah, he said, you just can't figure them out because you don't think like a moron.
No, but one thing you can be sure of, and this goes to you, Chris, wherever these guys show up, they're going to screw things up and they're going to screw with you. And you just got to go into it knowing that.
But what I don't understand is the Republican Party is just that. It's a social club that is designed to bring like-minded people together to raise money to support candidates in major races. That's what it's supposed to be about. And if you're dying to be in this club, well, then you need to do what the club wants to do or move on. I mean, if you can't find harmony somewhere, then the best thing to do is find somewhere else to go.
Create your own party, which they have their own group. Go with that.
I mean, I've been in groups of assholes before, And I found it. Hey, you know what? I don't belong here, so I just left.
You Howard Stern
wait a
thing.
minute.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Please repeat that, Randy. You said you don't belong there. I just want to hear it again.
Yeah, I don't belong with a group of assholes. They can
Okay,
stay
all
there.
right.
I think
I
that
just
was a
wanted-
compliment.
I wanted my fans to hear you.
I want to mention the word fear mongering. That comes to mind.
But
Yeah.
who's afraid of them?
No. They are fear mongering. Think about the fear, what they do. Think about it. Anytime anything happens, they're getting nasty. They're going to take your rights away. They're going to take your property away. Oh, well, it's fear mongering. And we actually have people that play.
Are gonna go
your
up.
taxes are going to go sky high. Oh, well, it's fear mongering.
Oh man,
You have not.
We have a real siren now.
Wait a minute. Oh, I thought you were going. I thought you guys
y'all be
were going to
careful on Creek
evacuate.
Highway. Something's going on.
Okay.
A motor vehicle collision on. What? No, hold on.
Is this breaking news?
Yeah, I mean it just happened.
Is this traffic update?
Marvell Drive, Westminster. Male hit a guardrail. Car's banged up. Doesn't appear injured. Okay.
Well,
He's
wait a minute.
seen
Jeff,
1055.
wait a minute. Randy?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
Nissan. Be
And
careful.
Jim,
out there.
I want to tell you two things.
Yep.
Okay, so Jim, when you walked into the courtroom and you turned back and looked at your loyal fans, and you looked to the left, and what did you see? Two people. And when you looked to the right, what did you see? Like 35 people scowling at you?
Oh yeah, there was a definite mood in the courtroom that was overrun by OCCs.
What do you think that's why that magistrate Derek didn't rule immediately? Maybe because he was afraid that some Ferguson riot might have happened in the courtroom with the low emotional intelligence of that group.
I think
no.
I don't. He
I don't
didn't
think
me scared of anything.
No.
I mean, all I could think is if it went the wrong way, that brand new $1.1 million magistrate office over at the county finally got built would have been destroyed by this big buffoon bouncing around all over the place.
I don't think he didn't want to give the peanut gallery anything to go on.
No, but I want to say one last thing, Jim. So Jim's just a regular
Imagine Barry
old...
picking up a pew up over his head going,
maybe he could be the Incredible Hulk.
So Jeff,
why?
will you please put your sock in Randy's mouth? I want to tell Jim.
Hey, how did that noise go that he made?
So Jim,
yeah.
When I saw one time where you're walking up to the stand and Mickey Man, whatever his name is,
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, the guy that says he's still the ruler of the world. And boy, he was giving you the stink eye when you asked him a question.
Why did you just turn around and blow a kiss at him?
It was the challenge of the stink eye, and he faltered first. And I thought, damn, that Jim's a bad.
What did he use, his good eye or the lazy one?
Well, I don't know what it was. It was looking both ways, so I couldn't tell, but I knew it was stinky.
Stinky. It was a couple of them folks didn't even take a shower before they came.
Well, hey, what can I say?
My favorite question I got. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh,
hush,
sorry.
Chris. Jim Man wants to talk. Hush. All right, go ahead.
Wait, Jim.
Yes.
I promise. It's since we got a delay, but I'll tell you one thing. I did try to get an interview with Mr. McMahon when his lawyer turned the other way. And when I got up there, the look he gave me, I thought, damn, buddy. It was evil. They were evildoers. So I will leave it at that.
All right, let me ask the question. Now that this is all over with, what are the next steps? Where are we moving or where are we heading?
Well, we're going to have a executive committee meeting in the very near future. I think the judge made it clear that part of the handoff has to be to a EC in good standing and then to a new treasurer and a chairman. But that's an executive committee decision that has to be made. So we'll have to have a meeting. So we'll have to have a quorum.
But what about the state executive committee? It said in there in his ruling.
state executive committee man,
Yes.
that would be Tyler. And
Okay,
as long as Tyler hasn't, lost his standing with the state, the funds should be delivered. Well, it's not even about the funds. It's about the 25-year-old bank account that the parties had. It's been turned over from treasurer to treasurer for 2 decades.
But from what they're saying in the paper, from what the comment said, they're going to argue that because of Rule 16A or whatever, that they should remove themselves immediately.
Well, the problem, I think
that's what they're going to say, even though they're not in any way part of this anymore, because they've said that they've left.
Well,
they're going to argue about it.
If using Shannon Baker as the Rule 16 part of that, she's not even an elected officer. She was an appointed helper to McMahon, who she didn't serve any purpose other than to do what she was told by him. And apparently she's the only one that did it.
Yeah. I think that argument was made in court. She's not an elected officer of the party. She's appointed. At the precinct level, she's elected, but that's not an officer of the party, per se, at the county level.
And then we keep
on. Jeff, move your hat. Sorry, my fans couldn't see me.
You're one fan?
Hey, you can't take my lines.
But I was going to say my favorite, what I did like about it, I didn't have any idea I was going to have to play attorney.
Yeah.
But what I did like was the, what do you call it when you get to counter question?
Cross-examination.
See, that's how good of an attorney I am.
Well, you look like Bill Nye the Science Guy in that corduroy jacket, man.
Well, he doesn't look like Matlock, that's for sure.
It's great.
But the favorite question I got to ask him,
Chris.
It was, if we were to go back and review the books, if it was available to review the books, how much money have you, as the chairman, donated to the cause, donated to the party? How much buy-in would we find? What was his answer?
No. Yeah, that was a classic.
0. So here you are heading up a organization as the chairman, the responsibility of which is to what, Rannie?
It's all about fundraising. It's supposed to
putting people in office that you believe in. That takes money. Running an organization takes money. And you haven't put your money where your mouth is?
Well, the thing about it is, like, we go into presidential primaries, if you don't meet certain money wickets at certain times going forward, you no longer become eligible to run. So to say that, the Republican Party's not about raising money for candidates is total horseshit. And from the very beginning of this thing, I have asked every treasurer going forward is how we're going to make money, how we're going to support candidates. And of course, every time that I brought that up, I was looked at like, why are you bringing that up? Well, again, I don't think like a moron, so I can't answer why they don't want to make money for the party. Donate money to the party.
Maybe they were using the party for their own personal gain rather than the purpose of the party.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Just what I said.
But
for their own personal gain for their specific group that they created alongside the party, which means that maybe they should just create their own party and not try to use the party.
But this is huge what you're saying. This is
I've said it before.
So let me clarify. Let me
slow roll it back and go back a few episodes. I've said it before.
I know, but we just like hearing it.
Hold on. Let's clarify this. Okay, so the books are turned over. Is the Oconee Republican Party a not-for-profit organization?
Correct.
Does it have a not-for-profit status with the state of South Carolina?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm not the treasurer.
It would be interesting to know if it has a 501c3.
Well, because an LLC. Well,
I don't think it would. No, it would not be an LLC. So I'm thinking it would be a 501c3.
There has been some issues with the state party trying to make the local parties their own freestanding organizations, especially since the Q nuts have come out of the closet and started trying to take over smaller pieces of these parties like Horry County and Greenville
Exactly.
and here, that way that
Slow it down. Did you say here?
Yeah, I said here. These Q nuts. But
Rannie,
hold on a minute.
okay.
They're trying to create some separations so that the state party can, one, fight them, and two, make sure that the rest of the whole state party isn't taken to court for something that these nuts are doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
now would we have an audit of the books?
Well, according to McMahon, that's already been done.
Well, yeah, because he wanted to pay $2,500 to a lawyer and to an accountant to question David Dowell's handling of the $400 tenure he had as treasurer. It's what I understood at the last couple meetings that David tried to run.
Yeah, more properly, the audit was done prior to the transfer to Mickey Haney. And I don't know of any audit that's been done since Mickey Haney took over as treasurer.
Well, you just want to make sure that the money.
Something stinks.
$400.
I'm telling you,
It's
something stinks.
One of our three favorite or only three listeners, Perry said, "Your show's only got 3 listeners." Well, I've got one of them on here, and he said, "It is always about some free effing spaghetti dinner with that douchebag McMahon." I added a little to it.
Did you add the sauce or the spaghetti?
Yeah, but I'm sure that he's not going to lie. Oh, and here I've got this document just sent to me. Oconee County Republican Party has an EIN, which I don't even know.
Okay, electronic income. Okay, I know what the EIN is.
It's like a social security number for a business.
That's correct.
This is in response to your May 12th, 2010
tax
request for information about your employer identification number.
Okay.
Our records indicate that you have been assigned an EIN.
Okay.
Please keep this number in your permanent records. Your name and EIN is also shown above. I don't know what shit that means.
I actually know it does sound like that. It is set up on a not-for-profit status.
Okay.
So I should be able to get online right now while you're doing this. And I know we're up against a break, but I should be able.
Okay, so you can.
Well, sometimes we don't take breaks.
I have a question for Jim. When Randy stops talking, you ready?
La, 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 la.
Okay, so Jim.
Yes.
With your courtroom experience that you have now, you are actually a degreed mechanical engineer. But the question I have that's confusing, if there are people that can call themselves MEs without a degree, are you now going to practice in Seneca as an attorney?
Well,
I don't know why not. Are you an attorney, sir?
Because that will wind you up in court for real. We
Really?
had that happen.
Why?
Yeah.
But saying that you're a degreed engineer doesn't make
but
sense.
But here's the thing. But I want everyone out there to know that this right here was not Jim's first time in a legal engagement with that same lawyer.
That's right.
He took her down twice. Twice. She had to brush her teeth the first time it was so bad.
School board.
I'm not sure.
Right, I forgot.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's the same bird.
You mean the boys that threatened to kill students and teachers and basically got a slap on the hand and we don't know what's going to happen. Okay. Now I understand.
So what you're saying is the attorney was also an attorney for someone. Oh boy, that opens up.
Well, I mean, attorneys of that caliber, they have clients of that caliber. That's what they do. It's like, Saul Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he only had a certain clientele because he's a certain kind of person.
Make a buck.
Well, all right, we need to go to break. Go. We in the club tonight.
Well, when we come back, I want to talk about trailer safety and dead end roads.
You want to do that next?
Yeah.
And tractors.
And tractors.
Oh yeah, lots of tractors.
Yeah. and safety chains for your trailers.
Oh, I got it all.
All right. We'll come right back in just a few moments. This is Let's Talk Oconee SC.
Cheap floodlights, too.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's all part of the story.
It's all part of the story. Just hold on. We got more coming
it's
up.
Foggy.
Big time. Bad fog.
I'm in the having sex, I ain't in the making love. So come give me a hug. Get in the getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub.
Coming up November the 24th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., Triple D Racks presents Thanksgiving Feed the Heroes. Triple D Rack Sports Bar would like to honor local heroes, including law enforcement, first responders, EMS, and those who are actively putting their lives on the line to keep Oconee safe by offering a free Thanksgiving meal to those who are on duty Thanksgiving Day. You can stop by anytime from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. to either eat there or make a plate to go, and know that we appreciate your sacrifice. Triple D Racks presenting Thanksgiving Feed the Heroes. Triple D Rack Sports Bar is located at 1284 South Highway 11, located near Walhalla, South Carolina. Again, it's November the 24th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. as law enforcement, first responders, EMS, and those who actively put their lives on the line enjoy a free meal on Thanksgiving Day. Welcome to Thanksgiving week, and we hope that you have a great Thanksgiving from all of us here at Sunny 107.9 WFBS, WFBSFM.com, and LakeKiwiRadioOnline.com. Again, we thank you so much for making us a part of your Thanksgiving week and Thanksgiving. And don't forget, coming up starting Friday morning at 6 a.m., it's the Christmas kickoff as we start featuring some of those holiday tunes, at least 3 to 4 an hour, every hour leading up to about the week before Christmas. And then we increase our Christmas music as we get closer to that magical day. And there is so much getting ready to happen right here in the Golden Quarter. Make sure that you stay up to date, keep apart with us right here, 107.9 WFBS on air, and also too online at WFBSFM.com, along with LakeKiwiRadioOnline.com. It is a wonderful and magical time of year. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Sunny 107.9 and Lake Kiwi Radio Online. Every time I play this song, I think of Perry. Bringing Big Sexy back. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, Oconee SC. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Chris live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Jim, Man, Cathy, Rannie in the studio.
So, the commercials we just had.
Yeah.
Triple D's.
Yes.
Giving a meal tomorrow to first responders.
Sean, absolutely awesome for him to do that.
If anybody's out there that wants to go by and help, say thank you, drop something off for those guys, go. Enjoy your dinner with your family, but then go out there and be with part of those folks. Today, there's a terrible accident up on Whetstone Road up in the county.
You need some bumper music for this news story, don't you?
Well,
hold on. Let me find you some bumper music. You really need some music for this.
But
story.
I got a couple things to say though. I mean,
well, go ahead and start your. And
there was a lot of folks.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Don't leave anything out. We need to understand the vivid dynamics that we're.
So there's a couple things here in this. What's going on? This. You got the music?
Yeah, hold on.
That's the same stupid song.
Hey. Who's in charge of this program?
Hey.
You are, sir.
Thank you, Chris. The check will be in the mail. All right, here we go. Got it. Go.
So there we were on the side of Whetstone Road. The whole Mountain Rest Fire Department tried to come out there to this thing. This poor guy turned his log truck over and hit a light pole, electric pole. Yeah, it was wrapped up in electric wire. He's stuck in there. We can't get to him because, we don't know if the wires are hot or not. Or they're coming out with the Blue Ridge coming out there to cut off the power so we could get in there. I'm not going in there. I'm going to go direct traffic because that's what I'm about good for.
Trees to the weeds.
But anyways, so I'm directing traffic, and you guys know how I feel about paid responders in the county.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Every fire station in the county needs one.
Right.
Yep.
Mountain Rest has one. Her name's Tabby.
Yeah.
She used to work out at Cleveland.
Yeah.
And, that fire chief out there didn't like her because she's a girl. and everything could get rid of her. Well, I tell you what, she's a tremendous asset to Mountain Rest. We are very lucky to have her.
Okay.
And the fire service is lucky to have her.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever that guy, again, I'm having trouble thinking like a moron. I can't understand why that guy didn't want her to stay at Cleveland.
Okay.
But whatever. We got her now. Happy to have her. Well, me and her are standing there directing traffic. It's Thanksgiving week, right?
Yep.
People traveling from all over. Most of the people up there, not from there, just traveling. They're like, well, where are you going? They're like, well, we're trying to get to South Carolina. Well, you've made it. Now let's narrow it down a little bit. Where would you like to go? Right. Well, then
congratulations.
Right?
Congratulations, you have made it to South Carolina. Look for the potholes.
So, yeah, you dodged the
Hope
worst.
your tires are good.
Welcome to another episode of South Carolina's a Shit Show. Right.
You may want to turn around and go back where you came from.
Well, anyways, so several people looking to try to get to Highlands, trying to get to Sapphire, trying to get to Landrum, trying to get to Charleston. I heard all kind of stuff. It was crazy. Well, then here comes this bumbling heap of shit. Like, it looked like.
Well, wait a minute.
I thought it was the Beverly Hillbillies.
That was a trigger.
Was
Right?
it white?
Yeah, it was just big. I mean, it looked a lot like my truck, except for inferior. And it was
So
knocking and
so you're saying it was
smacking
kinda
and making all
raggedy?
kind of noise. Right?
Raggedy.
Yeah, raggedy, very raggedy, like ratchet. It looks like it came from northern. It looked like it came from central Michigan. But
Okay, all right.
anyway, so here we are, and I'm like, what the hell is going on with this thing? And it's pulling a trailer. Had like a half a safety chain hooked up, right? And it was going everywhere.
Did the trailer have tires?
It had one, right? And it was up on one, right? Well, it kept coming, and then I looked in there, and I saw this. I was like, oh, it's missing one tooth. That's Perry. I was like, oh, that's who it is. Well, anyways, I was very calm and very professional, and I just
traffic.
Yeah, and I just pointed this way down Apple Orchard Road. Well, he just boom, right, and down Apple Orchard Road he went to the very end, I guess, because it's a dead end. And that's a great old big heap of shit he was driving. It took him like 25 minutes to get back out of there. Well, he come out sideways like a Dukes of Hazzard, and but Cooter there, he's going to need new tires.
Break for the Cooter. Anybody got a copy on Cooter? Come on.
But anyhow, it was the funniest thing. It made my day. Like that guy sees me and loses his mind. And now I get to come in here and make fun of it.
He would have done a U-turn if he would have told him to.
If he would have just so when I did this and then that was to pull up there and back out. He just went down through there. I was like, damn, Boomhauer. But anyways, again, I don't know why he did it because I can't think like a moron. But that made my day. And then so anyways, look, Miss Tabitha there, she's like, what is wrong with him? I said, I think he's mental. He's special needs. I say, my daughter wouldn't do that, and I love her. But anyway, her birthday's tomorrow. I want to wish her Peyton a happy birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Peyton.
She'll be 15.
Hey, was he playing music?
I couldn't hear. The windows rolled up. But I mean, I tell you what, his turbo's still missing, and I didn't see them Harbor Freight lights hanging off the front of his truck anymore either.
You didn't hear gangster rap? Nothing
No,
like
I think he probably was listening to it in Braille.
Oh, okay.
He was rubbing himself.
Did he have that funny sticker in the back window?
Maybe he was
The one
making
he
a video
did a
and didn't even
selfie
see
of with
you.
that funny sticker?
No, he had a Rannie bobblehead.
Real Perry Smith coming at you, douches!
No, oh yeah, wait, was that Orange County Choppers sticker he put back there?
Yeah, that was white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
County,
you can't support your team from where you are. Was he a Green Bay fan? But anyways, so I said I have never in my life seen anybody get so stirred up just by my presence. So I can't wait to hang out with him again.
Direct more traffic.
Phenomena.
Every time I hear him talk, this is what it sounds like. This is it right here. This is him talking. Right here.
So,
Hey,
It's not that
Jeff,
but as Kathy says, from the trees to the weeds, the big part of that is that the fire service personnel we have in this county, the EMS folks, are absolutely phenomenal.
They are.
And we need to do our part to support and make their holiday the best we can tomorrow. I know there's going to be a lot of us that I celebrated on Tuesday with friends and family. But tomorrow, there's a lot of folks going to miss a meal because they have to work to keep you and me safe. So think about them. Be thoughtful in your
And don't forget
prayers and
what
stuff
Sean,
about
what
them.
Sean
So-
is doing at Triple D Racks. I think it's an amazing thing. Free
and
meal.
you know that is great. And if you're looking for a place to go that supports good, wholesome Republican people, don't choose Pub Blue. Choose Triple D's or 313 or something like that. Those folks actually care, and
so Pub
they
Blue,
support it.
so you're saying Pub Blue's a bunch of Democrats?
I think they are.
Bunch of donkeys, Chris.
Hey,
You are my favorite pet donkey, by the way.
Oh my
you know
gosh!
what?
Yeah.
I want to. That's what I want to talk about.
Donkeys.
So Jim Man.
Yes.
So
I'm gonna take that one and
I am
ignore
now.
what talking about donkeys. Jim Man. Sound like Perry.
Let me just point out briefly that the Democrats don't want them either.
I take great offense as being known as your pet donkey. That's what he said. I'm your pet donkey because I'm a Democrat.
Like your.
Now, I don't have a problem being known as your pet colluding donkey, but
That sounds
not
better.
a pet donkey. And I want to say one last thing. The dynamics. Now, Randy, this is how you describe dynamics. So we're in the lobby, and you could just see people, just like all their people, they're looking, okay? But they were kind of relaxed, or whatever. And then Jim walks in, and I'm standing there, and you could see the one picture that he took of me. It was a wonderful. I mean, I really looked good. So
He's a really good photographer. I might add that was a very fine portrait of you.
He's the best over-the-shoulder photographer I've ever seen.
He is, and I'm going to use that for.
Experience.
I'm going to put that on our Let's Talk Oconee SC Christmas card that we will
Absolutely.
send out, and I think it's just a beautiful card.
But
It really is.
what I really appreciated was the fact that Kathy could tell that the thread count in his shirt and my shirt were different, even though they were the same color.
That's background in textiles.
Okay. I'm going to finish the story. So, Jim, here I go. I'm going to finish it. But, Jeff, you are 100% correct. The posture that I had was incredible. So let's go and talk about this for a second.
We're all going to look at the camera. Do it. Let's look at the camera up here, and let's just look like Chris for a second.
What? Is that right? There you go. No, that's wrong. Here it is. Here. Wait. I got to get this way.
Ooh, that's it.
That's it. You got it. Oh!
Randy. Yeah, that's the way I roll.
To all of us, it's time.
Now, wait a minute. No. Save my bell until you hear this.
Turbo.
I'm going to get a wall safe and put that in it. But here's the
The
thing.
damn
Jeff.
crank fell off.
Okay, so he comes in. And
Chris, the crank fell off.
Let me put my glasses on.
The crank fell off.
I can't see. Is he lying, Jeff?
Nope.
He's telling the truth.
The crank fell off.
Crank fell
Yeah, well,
completely
the
off.
screw was loose, and I'll fix it. I'm sure my son's watching. That was a gift. So here we go.
What
But wait a
what
minute.
is your son in the OCC?
No. So,
What kind of Chinese sign
Oh,
thing is
my
this? You get it
God.
from Texas?
so Jeff.
Yes.
The atmosphere changed. You could see it in the room. Now they're looking at the whole situation. These guys, they're very stoic, and they're looking.
City and
And
county
he
government.
walks in, and it's like this caged animal has come in. Okay, and all I could think of is I felt very sorry. I felt sorry because I wanted to say, you need a hug because they're using you. You're being used like Herschel Walker is being used by Trump.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
You ain't got no gas in it, Chris.
So that's what I'm talking about. He is being used, and he doesn't even know it. He's being used for intimidation.
Somebody just texted the show and said that must be a Harbor Freight siren.
You liar!
No, they're not lying.
It's right here. I got it. Right here.
It's right here. It's Harbor Freight all day long.
No, it's not a Harbor Freight siren. Oh,
Fast signs from
Oconee. That's all right. Don't worry. I'm going to fix it. So when are we going to start talking about?
Oh man! So let's talk about cleaning up the highway. At my Friendsgiving thing on Tuesday night, a friend of mine lived in Westminster. He came up to the house and he said, "Man, I was coming up Doyle Street, and they still a sign for that idiot out." I said, "Well, which way was it leaning?" He said, "Toward Westminster." I said, "Yeah, it was. I ran over it on the way to court."
Oh my God.
But get your shit off the highway
and byways.
Nobody wants to see that.
How do you even begin to top that?
Going back though, I didn't get to talk much last week because I was in Atlanta with my daughter and we were eating ribs. But he didn't beat any woman on the ballot, and I just hope he's not beating women anywhere else.
Well, if words have anything to indicate about that, you might be concerned.
I mean, I really,
I don't know.
It's getting on that time of the year where domestic violence. That's why October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, is to make us ready as we go into the holiday season. That not to get carried away in our homes. This is serious stuff. Don't be laughing, Chris. And now we get over here to the people are making meals and at Thanksgiving and stuff, and if somebody brings home the wrong bacon, and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, or maybe they feel the need to send a picture to their girlfriend when they're married
of them little Smoky. But just be real cognizant of that, and if something starts happening, reach out, call on law enforcement to come out and help you out.
Well, the good thing don't be alone. Is we actually have a domestic shelter now in Oconee County, something that 2 or 3 years ago, actually longer than that, we didn't have. Women did not have.
There was nothing.
There was nothing here. That women had to leave and go outside of Oconee County. And thankfully, when Mike Crenshaw took over as sheriff, that was one of the things that he wanted to do, is have a domestic women's shelter, and we have it with Safe Harbor now. And there's been some good positive things. Matter of fact, I remember right before Mike took office, we had a criminal domestic situation that turned violent, and the lady lost her life right before he turned in as sheriff. Hey, we are at 7:43. Chris, I want to go ahead real quickly and get to you with the Planning Commission. I have you ready over here if you want me to play a little of it.
I do.
Okay.
And then I want to talk about...
we know you want to talk.
Oh, Lord, you're the one who needs a sock in your mouth. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
What did that say?
November the 21st, the Planning Commission had their annual meeting at Oconee County at the South Pine Street Administration Complex, and our very own Chris Ruin spoke to the Planning Commission.
I spoke as well.
I'll talk a little bit about zoning, and I know you guys have a strict 4 minutes, so at the very end, I have significant 3 recommendations to help. So if you bear with me and try not to take the time away when I'm just talking about background. I'm not criticizing. I'm giving basically what the reality that we're living with. I'm a GE 30-year retiree. I had a consulting company. I relocated 11 times in my career. My consulting specialization was failing high-risk projects for ex-GE leaders for my consulting company. I developed 12 acres unrestricted. I restricted it myself before I sold it. When I bought it, I actually had an offer double the money. They were going to put 40 to 45 mobile homes on it on Stokes Road across from 2 lake subdivisions. The road never could have handled it. I could have made money faster, but I knew it would be a mess, so I did. I made money, but that's one of the things I did. I've been in Oconee since 2007. I live on Lake Kiowee. Zoning is a very touchy issue. In 2009, I brought it up. I talked about creating manufacturing corridors, areas safer for kids when they get off their buses. It was met with a lot of resistance. I actually got a death threat. The guy got arrested, it was taken care of. So what I want to do is, and keep in mind, I'm just giving you guys some thoughts because when I look at this, the commission is paralyzed. You guys are a lightning rod for any type of criticism without any power. So the buck really kind of stops with the council. So you kind of get tepid help there. You guys are the ones that get blamed. But the problem is there. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So the one thing I wanted to say that I don't know, I do know Frankie, and I did apologize to him before Friday. I made a comment on Facebook that I felt strongly about. He was very mad, and now we're best buds. So what I want to understand is I want to congratulate the guy. People had the courage to speak out in these articles in the journal. The 15th, the 20th, and then there was one, a quote from McMahon when he was jazzing everybody up in zoning. So when I look at these quotes, and I apologize, I don't know Pat Williams, which
He's not
okay. He expressed concern about the significant high density subdivision growth, limited ability to address the impact on agricultural lands and other areas. Coley said he couldn't discern if land extending from one of the subdivisions was developable. Where's he?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a red flag. Smith said, we see a problem. We're not addressing the problem. We're not planning for the future. We've been kicking the can for 5 years. Commissioner Mike Johnson said, people talk about both sides of property rights, but only judge it when called by a different name. What it comes down to is, are we going to zone this private owner so that he can no longer sell to a developer? And we just refused him and taken away his proper rights to develop the best. And then I'll just leave with this one. So according to the county's planning and zoning information, Oconee implemented a citizen-initiated zoning enabling ordinance in May 2009. Okay, so basically that means if neighbors get together, I'm assuming it means if they agree they want to zone. Is that correct? Okay. So good luck getting anybody to agree 100%. So that's not going to happen. I think homework and broad ideas brought to the table is not a bad thing. This is too big a subject for 2 or 3 people to knock around. Actually, I think it's too big for the commission. So the issues are, like I said, citizens have a false sense of security. Because there's a commission, they feel like it's all being taken care of, and we know it's not. All these years in business, when I have this responsibility, if you start seeing some of these red flags pop up, the problem's a lot worse than what you're reading here. I mean, I know that. I mean, I just know it. So the county planning is paralyzed due to political intimidation tactics and false narratives. Property rights and zoning takes land from farmers. I've been accused of that by David McMahon. Okay? I don't want land from farmers. But the point is, people now accept that, and they think that all zoning is going to take land. Okay? So the county council controls what's going to happen across this county. You guys are the lightning rod. But the problem is there's no penalty. People don't want zoning. They don't understand what it means, but they don't understand what the penalty is if they don't do the proper planning. So the results are going to be, you're going to have the infrastructure implosion, utilities, police, fire. It's going to happen. I think it's going to cost you guys around 75 to 125 million bucks over 10 years. And it will be there. So that $60 million budget is not going to cut it. And people will not believe what it's going to cost. And there are going to be people in this county, they're going to lose their homes. And that's a fact. So let's talk about Woodruff Road. I'm the one that started basically harping on that. It's a big deal. $121 million for one road. One person said, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. It's all commercial. It's not all commercial. My wife grew up on Rocky River Road, right off of Woodruff. They have 10 high-density subdivisions. These guys can't even get out anymore. that area is horrible, and they're spending $121 million in tax dollars just to build another lane. That's not going to do anything. So here are the recommendations. You guys have to explain to people what the penalty is. That's your air cover. You need a professional report out articulating cost to not plan properly. I don't think you can do it other than getting with some urban planners. It's going to cost money. You have to get council to approve it. But what's going to happen is they're going to come in, and you can even negotiate the contract or whatever. Well, if we sell it, you guys can be the urban planners. But what they're going to do is you can have a very easy executive summary, and you can be very, very honest with citizens. If we don't do this, this is what's going to happen. And the only thing that makes sense to them is what it's going to cost them in a penalty. Losing their house, doubling their taxes, or whatever. Right now, everybody doesn't want anybody to tell them to do anything because they don't care, because there's no penalty, because you guys are covering it. So the next thing is you have a citizens reviews and you get buy-ins. That's not going to be easy, but it's a lot easier. At least you have something to hang your hat on, because at that point you put the monkey on the council and the people's backs. You know what you're going to face. This is what's going to happen. We know you don't want it. What do you want to do? Because if we leave it the way it is, it's going to blow up on you. The key is you can't do it. You got to have professionals, because if you try to get some people locally, they're going to try to do it. They're not going to pay that much attention. They're going to say, "Oh yeah, they're basically politically motivated." You need a professional.
All right, there you go, Chris Ruin with the Planning Commission of Oconee County. Chris, I
know how David Nix feels.
We know how David Nix feels about you, but it was good comments that you actually made, and I do agree with what you say.
Chris Rowan spoke about zoning. Everyone last night at the Planning Commission. How does that make you feel? Do you think they really care enough about you? Nope. What an idiot.
I know.
Well, the thing is, I knew what was going to happen. Ruin is a far left, no debate there, Democrat who has poisoned the progressive-leaning Republicans to believing that the majority of folks in the rural controlled free portion of the county need an urban planner to help them zone. He uses the Marxist tactic of fear-mongering, never let a perceived crisis go to waste. Is there a population explosion in this county? Only on the lake during summer boating season. Are developers trying to develop? Yes, but very little more than they have in outside municipalities and lake communities. Make no mistake, they will try to state the strike while the iron is hot with their zoning intentions, while the PC is progressive. Okay, that's his peers. The Planning Commission now is progressive, and the CC.
Who wrote that?
I'd like to know who wrote that myself.
Nix.
The end.
And he's a commissioner.
Hold up a second.
He's calling his peers progressives and saying they now are trying to get by because the county council is missing Durham. Okay, so I want to make sure, because people are listening.
Who?
To this show.
Chris, who are they missing?
Who?
They're blessed
Durham.
by this.
Durham's not there to protect them.
Who is he?
Okay. Wait a minute.
Would the real Matt Durham please stand up?
Yeah.
Please stand up.
So,
it'll go away.
So here's what I want to make sure in our limited time we have is people need to understand this. Once all we're going to do is an impact statement on quality of life and cost to not do anything. When you do that, it's an objective analysis by professionals. Here's the issue. This is what's going to happen if we don't do anything.
Wow,
I told friends of mine, you watch. It will be within 4 days. Less than that. It was a day.
We got another.
They are now striking. It is total 100% bullshit what they're saying. This is what they fear. I'm only advocating an analysis impact statement. I'm not advocating zoning. I'm advocating letting people know what's going to happen because their taxes will more than triple. They're saying that we're going straight to zoning. no, we're not going to zoning at all. And the reason they're rallying their troops is because the way to stop them, they will start showing up at planning meetings. I'm going to be there every single meeting. And when one of them wants to talk, I'm going to sign up. And all I'm going to do is say, okay, we're only doing an analysis.
Napoleon blown apart.
What we want to know, what would you do? And then wait for them to mumble. They have no idea what they're talking about. I do.
Oh, you like people up there.
Called him Napoleon blown apart. Man, I tell you what, we got the 3 listeners we have, man, they're great. This other one, he says, can you change the angle of the camera? I'm tired of seeing Chris's nose hair. Here's a progressive elitist from the lake. He says, I totally agree with Chris. We need planning, not zoning in this county.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But the one point I made to the commission is this: people talk about the lake. Nobody gives a crap about the lake. The lake is political hot potato. Where it's happening is in the county. That's where all these places are being.
But here's the thing: when it comes to growth, up there on the mountain, we've got 2 huge fields that were beautiful and had horses frolicking and playing and stuff in it. You know, when I first moved up here, well now they've got houses being built in them, and then you go down the road a little bit further down that Rocky Gap Road, and somebody that's up at Queen Road building some shit shack. I mean, it looks like it's gonna fall down before they get it built.
But
right,
here's the deal about the lake.
What we need is standards. We need make sure
we need development standards in Oconee County.
Yes.
There is a difference between zoning and development standards.
I mean, I've seen houses that you could buy from the Sears and Roebuck catalog in the 40s that look better than that thing they're putting up around that Queen Farm.
Okay, so Jeff, here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to make a point, and I think you'll agree.
Okay.
I am not a professional urban-rural planner. You are not. You have consultants
Chris
that have
he is
studied this
too
for
big
years.
and ugly to be a canary in a coal mine. He's more like a buzzard on a gut wagon.
Oh, Lord. So I hope people are joking, because what's going to happen?
These are your fans.
These are your fans.
Well, good, because they
wait, everybody! I've got one more. One of Chris's fans has come into the room and he wants to speak. It's the only fan Chris has.
No. Can Chris and I have a conversation for a second?
No.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Chris. I turned their mics off.
Good. So here's the thing. What's happening is it's happening out in the county.
Yeah.
Now, I am not anti-growth at all. And I told the commission, and they agree. No matter what you say, they will say, people will say, oh, you're going to stop people. They won't come. That is BS. They're going to come to the Golden Corner. We've been discovered. All we want to do is be smart. There are cities like Austin is one of them, where they had a huge amount of growth, but because they were very sensitive and did things professionally, the quality of life didn't drop in taxes.
Woodruff Road.
Right now, all seriousness, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you the truth. There are going to be seniors out there, hardworking people that have really tried. They're going to lose their homes. Right now, with the OCC, they're going to lose their homes.
Yeah, but the OCC just laugh at them.
Yeah.
Well, sure they do. They don't give a shit.
Well, that's like our friend.
They would show up at the tax
and
sale
buy
their
pennies
house.
on the dollar.
But
then turn it around and rent it out.
But that's one of the things that needs to be said. We have a friend, got on some hard times, suffering. He's hanging on, fighting for his life with his I don't know exactly what his illness is, but he can't work. He's got a special needs child. Was fixing to lose his house to the tax man, and I took him to breakfast, and Chris and I did. We went to breakfast, and he was telling me and Chris about these notes and letters, anonymous notes and letters he's getting probably from the OCC. Talk about how he was.
Okay, just be careful. We don't know who, but what happened is they
I said
started after.
probably.
Hey,
It happened when he started standing up to them.
Yes, it did.
And they were calling him a dirtbag and a loser, and oh my gosh, you've got 3 days before your name's in the paper or whatever.
Sound familiar?
It sounds very familiar. Really seriously.
No, Rannie.
It
said emails that we get
It
stuff from.
Probably did. I mean, did you email the whistle sucker like I asked you to?
And no response. It's like birds chirping.
Do you still
silence?
It's completely silent.
Right.
Okay, Jeff. Jeff, I want to get this in before we get out of this thing. What they said is they were going to out him to the public. This guy got behind because he's been fighting this life-threatening disease with treatment, and he got behind. And these people, whoever it was, I mean, good God, the guy was dying. And now everybody's going to watch this show. They need to understand that. You think people could talk about Democrats? We don't give a crap about any of that. This guy was dying, and somebody wanted to pile on and say, we're going to out. This is a proud guy that worked years and years in his career. One of the kindest people I've ever met in my life. And they were ready to shame him.
One of our listeners said, how can we donate to this person? I just want to let everybody know that he's taking care of it.
We can talk about it. We can help with that, but I'm sorry that it's a downer, but I'm telling you what, these people, this guy was dying. These are the kind of guys they are. Whoever did it, I'm not saying who's doing it, but I'm not stupid.
Hey, hold on. Let me just tell you from my experience that I can tell you who it was that did it to me.
Oh, do tell.
It was Perry Smith and it was David Nix.
What did they do?
The stuff that they've posted about me online.
Right.
That's a fact. That's facts that I can deal with because, they don't know my story. They don't know that I had a massive heart attack back in 2012 and almost died. They don't know these things. And let me tell you something. Medical bills can wipe a family financially out in a heartbeat. But yet
they can ruin you.
That's my problem. He can't even manage his own money. You don't know my damn story. And these people that kept posting and posting, but you know what? I ignored them because all they are doing is just nothing but a bunch of hot air. They can attack me all they want, and I don't really give a damn about them. Perry run his mouth over and over and over. And you know what, Perry? I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I've been involved in Oconee County a hell of a lot longer than you have, sir. And I know a whole lot more about how this county ticks than you do. You just came in on a wave. You rode in on a wave back in 2017, and you think you're God's gift to Oconee County. Well, I got news for you. You're not. People every day in this county suffer, whether it's because of health, financial, whether it's drugs. People suffer. And it's most important this time of year, and I realized a big lesson. You can run your mouth all you want. At the end of the day, I go to bed and I sleep well at night.
Okay, Jeff. Okay, so I agree 100%, but here's the thing. There before the grace of God go I. And it can happen. It does not matter what you are. It does not matter if you're a Democrat, you're a Republican. It does not matter.
That doesn't have one damn iota about it, Chris. I don't care who you are. Black, brown, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're a human being.
And what type of person has the character, grown-ass men with family, saying that kind of stuff about you when you almost died? People.
It comes back around.
Hey,
that's right.
Chris, in the end, if you're a firm believer, what goes around comes around.
Hey, speaking of that, let's get back to this here listener. This is listener number 8. He says, development standards, yes, on subdivisions, but we do not need to impede self-sufficient people from building their own home. Building codes have crushed self-sufficient people, slaved them to mortgage, and plenty of small sawmill operators from 2000 till now.
Okay, so I want to address that. I am not advocating anything. I That's not my professional skill set. I am advocating 2 steps. Step one, we got to cut through the crap that the OCC has said, scaring people. Professionals to address and give you a number and to make sure this number is going to cost you this or your quality of life is going to suffer. Citizens will say, well, what the hell do we do? At that point, the same people, the same consultants will then put together a master plan. And at that point, they will address the types of things we're talking about. But we cannot do the solution. No solution now. Let's understand the problem and have people help us with the solution.
All right. I need a couple of comments that's come online, and I want to get to one right now. Roger has checked in. Chris, I think you can see the comments on your screen.
I can see it. Thank you.
True property rights is protecting small landholders and farmers from helping big landowners profiting and sticking them with a tax burden of fixing the infrastructure mess that will come. We already are seeing that now.
And Roger hit it. Roger said it much better than I could. Great.
But listener number 9 says, Jeff, you should always stay away from people that have a problem for every solution.
Makes sense.
We got some good listeners.
We've got some good listeners. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know what? You know one of the solutions is the OCC. Hey, it's a property rights issue. Leave us alone. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure people pay double their taxes.
By the way, India checks in here, says they don't care. They don't care about life and relationships. All they care about is drama. That deserves a bell ring.
I think I've heard her name. Jim, do you know her?
Do you know her?
Very well.
Well, she's pretty opinionated.
All right, let me tell you what I need to do.
You could just stop with pretty. You didn't have to say pretty opinionated.
All right,
just pretty would have been enough.
It is about 7 minutes past the hour. I need to take another break. Chris, if you've got a few more minutes, I've got a little bit more time. We can go on a little bit more if you guys are good.
I think we need to come back around. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Yeah, we need to talk
about some positive things,
stuff, and
some upcoming things with the party.
We don't have to stop. We can continue, right, Jeff?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back on the other side, and we'll go about maybe 10, 15 more minutes.
Because Rannie was going to say we were stopping, and then I would shut everything down, and you guys would go on.
Exactly.
All right, we're coming right back here on Let's Talk Oconee SC, online, social media at letstalkoconeesc.com, and we'll be back on the other side right after this. Stick around. Let's face it, internet is the most important part of our daily lives. We use it for school, work, play, entertainment. That's why having high-speed internet means so much in this busy age of technology. Well, if you're lacking that high-speed internet, you need to call right now, 882-1650. That's 882-1650. Here's why. Net Doctors, located in Seneca, South Carolina, is providing high-speed internet service throughout select areas of Oconee County. To qualify, you need to call 882-1650 and schedule a site survey. We're talking unlimited internet and no contracts. That's right, no contracts and unlimited internet. That means no data caps for you. To contact us to find out more about a site survey, contact 882-1650. That's 882-1650. Get more done with high-speed internet from Net Doctors, located in Seneca. Telephone number once again, 882-1650. That's 882-1650, and schedule your site survey today.
If you haven't read the Journal lately, you'll be amazed at what you've been missing. The Journal is Oconee County's paper, delivering you news no one else can. If you care about Seneca, Walhalla, Westminster, or Oconee County in general, you need to read the Journal. Our local staff strives to provide you with local news not found anywhere else. And the Journal now delivers Smart Source coupons in the weekend edition. So call the Journal at 882-2375 and subscribe today. That's 882-2375 for the Journal.
Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks. 2 trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
By request for Chris in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Eminem here on Let's Talk Oconee SC.
You know, he could really hear that if he had
You're
that.
finally getting your music updated.
You like that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Tell a friend.
But
Jazzy's back.
would he be able to hear that if he had net doctors?
Yeah, if he had net doctors, he'd be able to hear everything.
Hey, Yerba knows everything, buddy. B-Man, Yerba knows.
Okay, this is it. Final segment. Let's talk Thanksgiving and fun, and let's talk about
Turkey.
What are we all thankful for?
Friends and family.
Yep.
Yes.
The blessings of life.
Yes. What are you thankful for?
Me?
Yeah. Everything.
I'm thankful for.
No, Chris, we wasn't asking you.
Well, who you asking?
Tell us.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
Are you talking to me or Cathy Anonymous?
I'm talking to ever who wants to answer.
Okay, Yerba's going to answer. I'm thankful for the health and safety I have for my entire family and grandchildren, and I'm thankful for the opportunity, and this is the honest to God truth, of being a part of this show, because it's important to me that psychologically people get to know.
Remind you guys about our smoke detector program. This is the Oconee County Conservatives is giving out free smoke detectors, and I'm telling you, it's been a success.
And that is an interruption of the something or another. I can't handle it. I can't hear it. I don't want to hear it. Turn it off. It makes me sick. My stomach's rolling, and I'm going to puke live on the radio.
Chris was being a sincere Democrat.
Chris was being a very sincere Democrat.
Oh, I know you heard me.
He was being a sincere grandfather.
Yes.
Right.
I just wanted everybody to know that there's smoke detectors available.
And nobody wants them. Just let that sink in.
Well, one house in Seneca, one house in Salem, and one somewhere.
But wait a minute. What our fire department going around and putting them all in?
Yeah, well, if you need them for free without any political,
I think I would call the Oconee Emergency Services to have a fire.
Zach Smith,
Zach
will take care of you.
Yeah.
He's one of those Smith boys that's worth the damn.
You know what? Because if they take those smoke detectors, there's a price to pay. Because if they end up losing their homes, you can be damn sure who's going to be first in line to take that detector out of the house before the house gets sold.
Well, don't forget, January, everything's going to be okay as Glenn Hart's going to be chairman of Oconee County Council.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait. I am so looking forward to Glenn Hart being the chairman of Oconee County Council. It just, for Thanksgiving and Christmas, all I want is Glenn Hart to be chairman of Oconee County Council. Can I get an amen, y'all?
Amen. Do you think with Glenn at the helm, we might get public restrooms throughout the county?
I tell you what I think.
He can survey a path out in the woods.
I tell you what I think.
Wildwoods number 2.
You ready, Jeff?
Go ahead, Chris.
I think once professionals provide an impact analysis study,
these are big
what
words.
will happen is it's not going to be very easy to be on that area, that dais, or whatever you call it, and pontificate about this and this and this, because people are going to look at you
big words
and say,
for a Democrat.
Hey, I got another one here, Chris. Listener number 11 says, "I love the sound of my own voice."
Really? I wonder who that was.
That's not what your county can do for you, but what you can do for your county.
All right. I said it because he broke my siren. All right. So the point is, and this is important. You've got good commissioners, good planning commissioners. I don't give a crap about their politics. And they are getting beat up by people that have no idea what they're talking about. So what's going to happen is we're going to put the monkey back where it belongs. We're going to get objectivity, and people are going to sit there and they're going to say, oh, that's not true. That's fine, because you're going to get the honest to God truth, and you can decide whether you want to pay 3 times your taxes when it blows up, or whether you want to go ahead and figure something out, because these guys don't care.
These guys care about one thing, and that is confusion, chaos, and gridlock.
I have a text message. It just came in here to Let's Talk Oconee SC. It's from Tigger Broadus Bright, who says, I have more teeth than Perry, and that's a cat. That's my cat named Tigger. Broadus Bright. You get it?
Oh, man.
Hey, one of Glenn's employees had texted in here and said, shaking the bush, boss, shaking the bush. apparently that was Napoleon's code to Glenn when he was pooping in the woods. All I'm doing is reporting what these people say.
Yep. All right.
Let me ask you one question. I'm serious. I'm going to ask one question for everybody.
You're the only one trying to be serious tonight.
Well, this is important, and I want to make sure. Jim, you give me an answer. Do you really give a darn who the chairman is of the council?
The producer,
as long as they are doing the right thing.
He ran Jeff off.
I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't hear any of that.
Okay. The question is, do you care really who controls the council if they are with a full heart doing everything they can to help the Oconee County citizens?
No, absolutely
there
not.
There you go. That's what matters.
If you're trying to steer the county in a positive direction and for the right reasons, it doesn't matter blue or red.
And
what matters is what is the end result and what are your motives.
Exactly. And that means having the courage to be honest. You guys want this. I understand. But the data and the analysis shows we are headed down a path that's going to hurt your families. And you need to know that. It's the easiest thing in the world to say, I agree, and fan the flames, because nothing get accomplished, and good people it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if politics or race or whatever. Good people are going to get hurt. And that's what I want to make sure people understand. That's it. Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, so real quick, do you guys subscribe to the True News or the Oconee Free Bacon?
Oconee Free Bacon or Beacon?
I don't know.
Okay.
Bacon.
Yeah, I'm aware of that free newspaper.
No.
They have not done anything
Nope.
about this trial, this magistrate court thing.
Nope.
It's unbelievable that they've given up, I guess.
Yeah.
Who? Is that the one where the guy keeps talking all the time?
Yeah.
And the one that was talking about me?
I'm good with that. That they've.
Yeah, I think we're all satisfied that they've quit. But Jim, moving forward in a positive direction. You said in a couple days, weeks, we're going to meet again. We're going to establish leaders, create a path forward.
Yes.
What do you think some of the most positive changes can come out of that? What are you looking to do with that?
Well, I think the biggest positive change is that we can, as a collective body, become functional again and not work off of one man's philosophy of how he wants and his vision or lack thereof of what the function of the party is. But beyond that, if you look at the membership committee, increasing the membership in the party, if you look at a membership director, if you look at a functional treasurer who can create a budget that makes sense and we have money to work with, if you look at activities committees, things that bring other people into the party than represent the current ethnic grouping that overwhelms the Republican Party right now. So if we can extend bridges to these other groups in the county so that it doesn't matter north to south, east or west, people want to become involved because we're doing positive things for each community and meeting needs in the communities, then the party will grow. People want to be part of a successful organization.
Right.
And as we look at where we've been, we don't want to go back there. Where we want to go, that's going to be a group of people, not just one person defining what that looks like.
Nice.
Luke got him a hog.
That's awesome. So
we got to wrap it up, folks.
Real quick though, what I heard you say is diversity and inclusiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that were reported after the election cycle was over was that Generation Z came out strong against the Republican Party. And if we take a look inside our party, we have very few young Republicans.
Correct.
And I was really hoping that with Tyler Jordan being the EC, that he would have taken on building a top 20 under 40 scenario for the Republican Party in the county, but it didn't seem to happen.
Well, he didn't have the resources.
Well, he probably, he
didn't have the backing, first of all.
Well, here's the thing, like Jim said earlier, was one man's philosophy was it was my way or the highway.
Exactly. So,
Napoleon Bonaparte was running the show. That wasn't McMahon. That was McMahon is a puppet. Everybody knows that he not got the faculties to create any of what happened. But they had all the tools, all the resources, all the motivation, all of everything that you could have wanted to have an all-star team, and they didn't use it, and it went just crashed. Yeah. Do you think that we can resurrect those things back from the ashes that they burned?
I think it's going to take a lot of work. Let's just be honest, because these guys, they had no objective other than to destroy the party, and that is the truth. You can look at city councils, you can look at county councils, you can look at planning commissions, you can look at every form of government. If they get involved, their goal is to disrupt and prevent any type of meaningful progress from occurring. They do not have the interests of the county in mind.
It was either their way or the highway, and if you disagreed with them, and it was over, you were out.
So, listener number 14, or no, this is 15. We're up to 15 listeners now. Said, please also touch on the OCC whining about waste of taxpayers' dollars on municipal court, but then they want to turn around and waste tax dollars on a sled investigation for a $3 damn notebook. What a bunch of whining morons.
Yeah, people are missing.
Yes.
Yeah, I've said that multiple times.
6 total missing, just out of Oconee County.
Yeah, yes,
yes, and
people are missing.
But
human beings are missing.
It's like they're just self-serving. They've got nothing they've got no interest in me and you. And then for that buffoon to say, do they care enough about you? Well, caring any about you is more than they do.
I agree. I think it's all self-serving nonsense. They have an agenda, and they're going to push their agenda. That's the whole reason they were involved in the party in the first place.
Right.
But
they
again,
want to siphon people off to their organization. Everything is about their organization, their way.
And wearing everybody else out.
Yes.
Having to put up with their defiance.
But along the way, their organization has taken a major explosion because it doesn't seem to have as much traction as it once did.
I agree.
It seems people have fallen off. The number totals of their little secret group, by the way, has fallen. And that's a fact.
Well, but here's the thing. Me and Jim, everybody came in to the party about the same time for the same reasons. We all want to see change in America. We really did. But we didn't want to see that change.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There was people that you actually understood what was going on, and you separated yourself immediately and said, wait a minute, this is not how this is supposed to happen. And like I said before, we've got Sean Tilson, we've got Luke, we've got a whole bunch of people that said, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. This is not how we're supposed to do things. And they understood. Yes, Chris.
So look at the celebration at the 313. There were what? When I was peeking in the window, observing the excessive drinking, what I saw was at least 100 people. And
Chris, they were close to 300 people there that night.
Oh,
he only had one eye in.
I know, I forgot.
Oh, no, I think they're out. But yeah, okay. All right, that's cool.
We were at capacity.
He said, I want to help this county too. Can we all get together? Chris, Jeff, Jim, Cathy, Rannie, let's all get together and let's save the county.
Well, you know how you save it?
As Glenn Hart, chairman.
There's a big tent.
Listener number 18 says they don't have traction, Jeff, because they put square wheels on the school bus.
Oh, God. Now with that being said, Can we say good night?
Well, we got one more coming in. Let's see what listener 19 has to say.
I have something special I want to play before everybody goes to bed.
Wait. I want to say one thing about the big tent, and I think everybody will agree. There's a big tent out there where we can all be welcomed and all be heard. It's called the Democratic Party.
Get out of here. Goodbye, Chris. Goodbye.
I think he does have a point, though. I think everybody needs to get back to being.
Absolutely not.
Jeff agrees.
I think a point needs to be made that it needs to get more back to being Americans.
Hey, I'll believe on that one.
Yeah, because there used to be a time when we could reach across party lines and people could work together as Americans, and there doesn't need to be so much divide.
When I was in the Navy,
Thanksgiving,
When I was in the Navy, they told us to stay away from liberal women.
Yeah, and now you can't even get Little Debbie snack cakes in the Navy anymore.
I know that. I can't believe they're taking them off the commissary shelves.
Yep, they're taking Little Debbie's off the commissary shelves in the military.
She was one of the best bakers.
Did you,
Little Debbie?
But you heard
Sister Sarah Lee
said,
"Woo, mercy!"
Jim said, "Love of country." That was what matters. Rannie said, "In the Navy."
And now we're disconnected.
We've lost Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. We've lost Charlotte.
That's not Eminem.
No.
Oh my goodness! All right.
All right. Turn it off, Chris.
There you go, buddy. Oh, wait a minute. That's me.
You don't even know how to turn it off.
No, I don't. It's so good. I was getting that.
Probably one of his grandkids' phone.
It probably is.
Jitterbug's only got 2 buttons.
First of all, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone and for all the folks who, since August, have supported this radio show. I never dreamed that this radio show would become this popular this fast. This has been a vision of mine for over 20-something years, that I wanted to create a talk show that actually came in here. We talked about things that were happening in Oconee County, but in a unique way where we could laugh. We could also cry at the same time. But I didn't know that the OCC was going to give me this much entertainment. I mean, you can't write this stuff up. It's like a soap opera. It just keeps coming back for more. And we have no idea.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Hey,
a very important moment, and I just got interrupted. I'm deducting Rainey's pay.
Hey,
go negative.
I was going to say he did it to me. So hey, Jeff, you're right. And what's important is, and I'm serious, these people out there, I'm telling you, a lot of times you might not like what I say, but I'm going to tell you, I really care about this county and I care about the people out there. And all you have to do is force the truth out of people. Don't listen to their crap. If it's too good or they're just playing on your emotions, they are selling you a bill of goods.
Oh, are you through?
Did you cut me off?
No, you were on. I just want to know if you're through.
No, hey, let's go another half an hour and you guys just talk amongst yourselves.
The hell you say? Anyway, can I go back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted?
Was the one that did it. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Chris, listener number 20 says, make sure you tell proud Democrat Chris to enjoy eating someone else's turkey tomorrow.
You know what? I'm having ham. I can't see myself. I'm having ham.
Giblets and gravy.
Hey, that's what global elitists eat.
And I got a whole bucket of that go-ahead Grey Poupon.
All right. Hey, I've got a beer calling my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Let's Talk Oconee SC. And as we go out of the show tonight.
Thank you, Jim, for coming.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you,
India. Thank you, everybody. One of the greatest television
shows.
Thank
God Chris wasn't here.
I know. We would have never had enough room in the studio.
Yeah. I'm
one of the greatest television. Okay, that's it. He is off for the rest of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest television shows of all time.
Yes, I love you, deuces.
I'm out. Good night.
All right, babies, and now it's time to go to our live remote man on the scene at the Pinedale Shopping Mall for the big WKRP turkey giveaway. So take it away, Les Nessman.
This is Les Nessman, your man on the scene here at the Pinedale Shopping Center where the excitement is mounting. We're here to witness the big WKRP turkey Thanksgiving giveaway. Hey, you got permission to be out here? What? You're blocking my store here, buddy. Don't you know who I am, huh? I'm Les Nessman. I won the Buckeye News Hawk Award last year. Good for you, Buckeye. Now get out of my doorway. I'm sorry. Creep. So far, so good, huh? I'm here with hundreds of people who have gathered to witness what has been described as perhaps the greatest turkey event in Thanksgiving Day history. All we know for sure is that in a very few moments there are going to be a lot of happy people out here. Now the crowd is curious but well behaved, and I think I hear something now. The crowd is moving out into the parking area, and oh yes, I can see it now. It's a helicopter, and it's coming this way. A helicopter? It's flying something behind it. I can't quite make it out. It's a large banner, and it says, Happy Thanksgiving from WKRP. What a sight, ladies and gentlemen, what a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object, perhaps a skydiver, plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet. Can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went to the windshield of a parked car! Johnny, this is terrible. The cars running around, pushing each other? Oh, my goodness! Oh, the humanity! Oh, people are running about. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. Folks, I don't know how much longer the crowd is running for their lives. I think I'm going to step inside. I can't stay out here and watch this any longer. No, I can't go in there. Children are searching for their mothers, and not since the Hindenburg tragedy has there been anything like this. I don't know how much longer I can hold my position here, Johnny. The crowd...
Les, are you there? Les isn't there. Thanks for that on-the-spot report, Les. For those of you who just tuned in, the Pinedale Shopping Mall has just been bombed with live turkey. Film at 11.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.